Hello, we have co-writer, director, and producer Michael McCallum. He just recently completed work on Buffalo, which has already had some success in the for some of its soundtrack, and it's just getting started. So what we have is Michael on the line, and he's going to fill us in a little bit more about what Buffalo, the film, is all about, and how he come to get it going and get it into Celebration Cinemas here in Lansing. Michael, tell us a little bit. Yeah,
thank you, Rich, so much. It's that moment like Dr. Frankenstein when it's finished is like, it's alive.
Yeah.
It's alive.
Yes.
Yeah, Buffalo is my fourth feature film as a writer-director. I co-wrote the film with my father, William C. McCallum, who is also the star of the film. Everybody asks, okay, who do you play in the film? I'm not in the movie at all. I only cast myself in roles that humbly I feel I'm the best to play, and there was nothing in this film for any role or part for me to play other than behind the camera and being the ringmaster. So it's currently playing at Celebration Cinema, 200 East Edgewood Boulevard here in Lansing. It opened the 21st past Sunday, played all week, so we have showings today, 3:30, 7 p.m., and then a late night, 10:45. And then tomorrow, the 28th, is the final day to see it, and that's noon, 3:30, and 7 p.m., and then we're going to have a really awesome after party at Moriarty's Pub, and that is going to feature Eric Allen, who's the former lead singer and songwriter for the Amity Front. He's coming from Detroit to play live. They had 5 songs on our wonderful soundtrack to Buffalo, so it's going to be a cool evening.
Perfect. Yeah, and so the film is kind of centered on this character, Roger. Tell us about Roger.
Roger is an older cab driver. He's in Lansing, Michigan, and he is diagnosed with a terminally ill disease at the beginning of the movie. For me, it's kind of less is more. It's the monster in the monster movie. The less you know about it, kind of the scarier it is, and it allows the audience to kind of fill in the blank with their own fears of whatever disease that Roger has. And a short period of time later, he finds out that his ex-wife died tragically and suddenly in a car accident, and so he decides to take his dog, Scooter, who's really his best friend. He tells his boss he has a fair in Detroit, and he decides to attend the funeral with the hope of getting reacquainted with his estranged son that he hasn't seen in over 30 years.
Okay. Yeah, and Willie McCallum is your father. So how was it working and having your father take a leading role in one of your feature films?
Well, in the past, he had a supporting role in Fairview Street, Handlebar, and Waiter from Hell for Rebel Pictures, my film company. So I directed him and worked with him before. He was also a producer on all of those projects that are all multi-award winning, have done humbly very well on the festival circuit. And then it's really cool to see other directors cast him. He's worked in other feature films. He's done some commercials. And he's just a joy to work with. He is my best friend. I tell people all the time, and a lot of people that moment where they, "Aww," but it's true. He is, and I know more than anybody else, he's going to give me the straight story. He's going to tell me exactly what he thinks and feels, and he's not going to sugarcoat anything. And I can do the same thing with him. So I have a very personal, obviously, relationship with him, and I can say very distinct, specific things that will help maneuver him in the right moment or find the right tone to the scene that he has to for each scene for Buffalo. So he's great to collaborate and work with, and we have a lot of fun. We joke around a lot. So
Gotcha.
It was just really cool to move him from a supporting role, and I really felt he was ready to take the reins, put the sand jacket on, and be the lead guy.
Perfect. Yeah, and then also music is always a big part of your feature films. Can you tell me a little bit about the soundtrack to Buffalo?
Yeah, Buffalo features, Rebel Pictures. We always really try to put the right music for each, not only film, but each scene and each moment. And nominations and awards as well. So just specifically for the music. So, Buffalo's soundtrack is falling into that same consistency. Jen Siggett, local gem, one of her songs, Sugar High, is featured at the end of the film, and I submitted that to a song soundtrack competition at the Garden State Film Festival in Atlantic City last year, and it won Best Country Song. So it's officially an award-winning film before it's even released. And the soundtrack features Jen, Sam Corbin, their band, the Lincoln County Process, the Hexons from Kalamazoo. It features Amy Jo Roberts. And then the Amity Front has 5 songs in the film. And it has just a couple out-of-staters, Billy Cook, Graham Lindsay. But it's such a rich soundtrack. And also it's really cool because my father, Lindsay McCallum, also plays piano in the film. He does the Robert Schumann cover of Slumber Song, which is really neat. So that's on the soundtrack as well.
All right, yeah, and then this is, Rebel Pictures, your company. How many people does it take, and what kind of a process is it getting a feature film made in the independent process that you use to produce your films?
Well, we don't have, when you see other big feature films, they have sometimes hundreds, if not more, people in the credits that make up the crew. And we work with a skeleton crew on set, and then it's really Jonathan Warfel, my wonderful editor and tech guru, Joseph McCarter from River City Studios in Grand Rapids. They did all the sound editing and mixing at their wonderful studio in GR. So we have a small group of people, my father and I and a couple other supporters that we like to refer to as the Rebel Angels, are really our street team out there promoting the project. But, Jonathan and myself do a majority of, if not all, of the tech stuff in post. Logging, editing the film, John does color correction. So, it falls under taking a certain amount of time for a small group of people to get it all done. But in the end, what is presented and how the projects are finished, I couldn't be more happy and proud of that work. So it takes a lot of dedication. It takes, you and I have talked about this a lot. It takes breaking down those barriers sometimes of really closed-minded people locally to say, well, this is an independent project. I'm not going to really enjoy this. And the reviews that have been done for this film, the responses online and in person, couldn't have been better. People are blown away by it. And it's unlike any other project that is released in this area. You get a lot of stuff that's boobs and blood. You get a lot of, drug deal gone bad stories that everybody does. And this is a story that is just heartfelt, moving, and rich with deep performances and a sensitivity to it that a lot of other films you just don't see.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time, Michael, and good luck at Celebration Cinema. And everybody should go to rebelpictures.net for more information. And did you have any final words, Michael?
Yep, and you can go to rebelpictures.net, celebrationcinema.com, check out more information, and please come out and support something local. We've had a lot of ups and downs getting this film done. A couple friends that passed during the making of it in post-production, and one being Gary Glenn. We dedicated the film to him, local legend. So, everybody talks about there's nothing to do locally. I wish Lansing would do this. I wish it would do that. This is an opportunity to put your money where your mouth is. So, come on out.
Perfect. Thank you for your time, Michael, and have a great day, man.
Thanks, Rick. Appreciate it, man.
Take care.